Hello and welcome to Haney's Baseball and Softball Hitting System. Our hitting system is built on the belief that confidence is the cornerstone for being successful at doing anything. But confidence is typically gained through experience. So how can a young baseball or softball player without any experience gain the confidence they can be a great hitter? Our system begins by explaining to the player that their bat swing execution has to produce as much bat swing power as possible and deliver it to the ball in order for them to be a great hitter. We then illustrate in detail each component of their bat swing that can produce bat swing power. In a manner, they gain the confidence they can do it. We also illustrate in detail how their bat swing needs to be executed in order for the greatest amount of the bat swing power they produce to be delivered to the ball. In a manner, they gain the confidence they can do it. Then Leslie employs the knowledge she acquired studying for her master's degree in exercise physiology and choreographs a bat swing, specifically for the player, that produces optimum bat swing power and transfers it to the sweet spot area of their bat. The player uses this bat swing to physically and mentally condition himself to execute their bat swing and confidently deliver the sweet spot of their bat to a designated spot with precision. This conditioning results in the development of a muscle memory of this bat swing that produces optimum bat swing power and delivers the sweet spot of their bat with precision. We explain they cannot have a weak spot in their strike zone that a pitcher can take advantage of and be a great hitter. They can't be a hitter that has to wait for their pitch. To be a great hitter, they must be capable of using this bat swing to deliver the sweet spot of their bat to balls traveling in all the travel lanes of their strike zone. We explain and illustrate, in order for the sweet spot to ball contact to occur in every travel lane of the strike zone, using this bat swing, the contact has to transpire at a specific spot in each travel lane. We then use our T-pose space to condition a muscle memory of this bat swing, delivering the sweet spot to the ball at specific spots in the strike zone. This results in the player being physically and mentally conditioned to execute one single bat swing for delivering the sweet spot of their bat to balls traveling in all areas of the strike zone. With confidence, they can do it. To be capable of hitting pitch balls in specific spots in the strike zone, a player's bat swing needs to start quickly and the barrel of their bat has to travel at an accelerated speed. So the next thing we do is develop quickness into the start of the player's bat swing using our tailor. And we condition speed into the travel of the barrel of the player's bat using our L-rod. We use the same technique to condition a player with the timing necessary to effectively synchronize the different elements of a bat swing necessary to hit pitch balls. We have the player understand the need for them to be capable of accurate visual tracking of the ball from the pitcher's hand to their hitting zone. We have them understand that for them to accurately visually track the ball, their mind has to be concentrating on visually focusing on the ball as it approaches them. We explain as the ball is approaching, in addition to this visual focusing on the ball, their mind has to multitask and synchronize the timing of the execution of the part of their bat swing that produces bat swing power, commonly called loading. And in order for the player to be a great hitter, their mind has to do this without diminishing its visual focus on the ball. We explain the player's mind has to be conditioned for this because of the importance of the timing of the arrival of the ball in the player's hitting zone and the availability of optimum bat swing power at that time for delivery to the ball. We explain it's much easier for the player's mind to maintain visual focus on the approaching ball if all it has to do is trigger a bat swing muscle memory. Players whose minds aren't conditioned in this way are victims of off-speed pitches such as the changeup and frequently produce pop-ups and infield grounders and don't become great hitters. We then condition the player to maintain visual focus on the approaching ball, while at the same time produce bat swing power. In a manner they gain the confidence they can do it. We then explain another thing their mind has to do as the ball is approaching, is decide if the approaching ball is going to be a strike or not. We explain the further away the ball is from home plate, when they make that decision, the more room for error there is, and the more likely the player is to be a victim of a breaking pitch. And a player won't be a great hitter if they are a victim of a breaking pitch. We explain most young players make the decision if the approaching ball is a strike or not and initiate the start of their bat swing when the ball is only halfway to home plate, because they aren't conditioned to let the ball get closer. We explain that's why so many players are victims of a breaking pitch. But the closer the ball is allowed to get to the player before they decide if it's a strike or not, the less time the player has to react to the ball when it is a strike. And for most players, this limited period of time is a problem. Let me explain it this way. Many players are trained to adjust their bat swing depending on where the ball is traveling in the strike zone. The ball could be inside, it could be outside, could be high, could be low. Depending on where the ball is traveling, their instructions may be step in, step out, lead with your hands, let your hands follow, open your shoulder, keep your shoulder closed, stride long, take a short stride, top hand strong, bottom hand strong, elbow up, elbow down, etc., etc. So let's say the player lets the ball get to the front of their hitting zone so they're confident their ball or strike decision will be correct. This means they have to decide if it's a strike or not. If it is, are they going to swing or not? If they are, what bat swing are they going to use? And then make the decision when to swing. All within the split second it takes for the ball to travel from the front of their hitting zone to the rear edge of home plate. We believe when a player's mind is deciding how and when to swing their bat, their mind's concentration momentarily shifts from the visual focus on the ball, which diminishes the image of the traveling ball, resulting in the timing of the player's bat swing being disrupted. This disruption of timing often results in the ball's contact being outside the sweet spot of the bat and their bat swing being commenced at a time when optimum bat swing power isn't available because it's not being produced. We believe that's why players who employ an inconsistent bat swing hit so many pop-ups and infield grounders and rarely become great hitters. We explain that's why our system conditions and trains a player to be capable of using one single bat swing to deliver the sweet spot to balls traveling in all the travel lanes of their strike zone. The ability to use only one bat swing to cover their total strike zone makes it much easier to be a great hitter. It allows for the player to develop a bat swing muscle memory that should only have an instinct to swing at a ball that's a strike. It eliminates the need for the player to make any decision other than when to swing the bat. It allows for the player to maintain visual focus on the ball from the start of their bat swing to the bat-to-ball contact. We then condition the player to allow the ball to get close enough to ensure the ball or strike decision is correct, in a manner they have the confidence they can do it. We also condition them to have their bat swing producing optimum bat swing power when they commence their bat swing, and commence their bat swing without diminishing the visual focus on the ball. In a manner, they gain the confidence they can do it. We then condition the player to hit balls pitched by a pitcher using our strategically designed batting practice. If you have any questions about the business opportunity, our products, our system, contact us at rahaney71@aol.com. If you are going to view the other videos on this site, we recommend in this order: eliminate pop-ups and infield grounders, be a great hitter, feet, legs, and hips. Thank you for viewing this video.